Well, viewers, it seems like it's another day and another instance of a Neta who seems to be high on power, misusing his powers which was given to him by you. In a shocking incident that has come to the fore, which highlights the VVIP arrogance, and that's somewhere prevalent amongst many of the Netas, a Karnataka minister was caught on camera insulting a member of his own security staff. HC Mahadevappa, who holds the social welfare ministry in Karnataka cabinet, made his staff help him, or rather completely, wear his footwear. Now, this incident has taken place in Dharwad. Now, he's come up with a defense. The minister has said that he had a surgery earlier. He's not able to bend. Now, the question really here is, if he's seeking help, does his body language really seem like, he's seeking help from his gunman? And more importantly, does he have an individual to help him wear his shoes everywhere he goes? Or does he think he's entitled to treatment like this from his own staff? That's the real question that comes up. We'll open this up to the guests so that we get a perspective about what exactly we derive from an incident like this or a video like this that surfaces. Dr. Sudha Halkai from the BJP joins us. Abdul Razak Khan, political analyst, also with us. Vijay Grover, senior journalist. Brinda Adige, activist, also along with us. So let's open this up with the Congress at this point in time not joining. Abdul Razak Khan, of course, a political analyst here, has something to say, in fact, pertaining to this particular issue. But at this point in time, Abdul Razak, what do you make of this? Do you think this is justified?
Is a 6-time MLA and a 4-time minister. He knows very well how to conduct himself. He knows how to upkeep the dignity of people. And this gunman who was helping him has been with him for the past 17 years. Now let me tell you, he is 70-year-old and very recently he has had a hip surgery. Just because of that, this gunman who has been very personally associated with him was just helping him wear the shoes. He was not ordering, the minister did not order his gunman. And from the past 30 years record, if you see Mr. HC Mahadevappa, he has never conducted himself in public anything like this. The first time this has happened is only because he has a health problem, and that is he has undergone a hip or a knee, hip and a knee surgery. That is the reason why he has requested.
Well, Mr. Abdul Razak Khan, you yourself are saying that he has not even asked the gunman. The gunman himself doing it. The question here is, if he has pain, wouldn't there be a request that, well, I'm not able to do this, can you help me out? Does the body language indicate anything like that here?
Sir, this is...
Because he seems to be not bothered. He continues to talk to the other people as if this individual is meant to do this job.
Sir, no, nothing like that. From the past 30 years, he has been a minister for 20 years. He has been an MLA for 30 years. Have we come across any incident like this with him? No. This is for the first time ever. Just because he was trolled today, this has become news. Now let me tell you, he is a very dignified person who best knows how to conduct himself in public, in private. He has conducted himself very, in a dignified way, I could say. This is absolutely no arrogance. This is not VIP racism. VIP racism is when, a minister like HD Revanna throws biscuit packets at flood relief victims. A MP like Pratap Singha goes and crashes the barricades when he is asked not to go. This is VIP racism. I can give you an endless list of BJP leaders conducting themselves in public like this.
VIP racism doesn't see any political party, Mr. Abdul Razak Khan. We are not going to say that it's only when the opposition parties are doing it, it's VIP racism, and when your own leaders do it, it's not. So let's not pinpoint. If the BJP leaders did it, if the JDS leaders did it, they are also to blame. And we have, in fact, time and again pointed that out. We have pulled up instances like this, and we've had it as well.
The heavyweight in arrogance.
So you can't categorize, instances of such VIP mindsets.
Sir, this is not VIP mindset. Please understand. HC Mahadevappa is a 53 born, 1953. He is 70 years now. And he has had hip and knee problems very recently. That's the reason he is unable to bend down, and that's why somebody is helping him. This is not arrogance. This
Okay,
is
Mr.
not
Khan, I have a
racism.
Congress
understand?
reaction coming in on this. I have a Congress reaction coming in on this. I'm going to play that out and then let's go to the others on the panel as well. Just hold on for a moment.
It is not the culture of Congress party. It is the culture of so-called BJP party. They practice it since the establishment of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Of course, we have to receive the information what the incident is happened. Always we are against to the system of the slavery. We learned from the Congress party leader, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi ji. So if any such kind of incident is happened, really it is unfortunate. Definitely Congress party is going to inquire about the facts.
Well, Dr. Sudha Halkai, what do you make of an instance like this? Because let's not get political here. Well, yes, we are having political parties on the panel, but this is not an issue only with the Congress party, Congress leaders. We've seen instances of VIP racism, VIP mindset, this sort of a mindset even with the BJP. But when you look at an instance like this, what do you make of it?
The question was to whom, Deepak?
Dr. Sudha, if you could respond.
Yeah, I could hear now. Deepak, first and foremost, probably Mr. Mahadev have forgotten that he's an elected representative by the citizens of Karnataka. And the person who was asked to tie his lace or put on the shoes is also one who has voted for him or to any other party member. And they act as if they are aristocratic behavior. And now we could hear the Congress person saying that, they are talking about Mahatma Gandhiji. Mahatma Gandhiji has preached about simplicity. Where is simplicity over here? They act as if they are the king of some kingdoms. And when somebody is in the public figure and when they're especially in power, they have to be a role model. And if at all he has some hip problem or any major surgeries have taken place, then why he was not wearing a slipper? Why he was bound to wear a shoes? Is it a protocol that they have to wear a shoes over here? Any ministers in the Congress? Why he didn't ask for a chair? Why didn't he sit and put on the shoes? They give some lame excuses and they just try to escape. This is not the way how they have to behave to the public. We have seen the misbehavior of Congress
Okay,
leaders
Brinda,
earlier
I want to
also.
bring you in as well. We've spoken multiple times. Brinda Adige, we've spoken multiple times in instances like this have come to the fore, and this is not the first time we are discussing, a Neta's VIP mindset, especially here in Karnataka. How do you really look at this?
Whatever excuses that group or people justifying him are saying, he has knee ache, he is 70 years old, there can be no excuse. If you are claiming to have some kind of a medical problem, then it is your responsibility not to wear shoes. Wear slippers and come, which you can just slip on. How dare you expect a government of a servant to be your servant over there? You are supposed to be the bigger servant as the elected representative. What are these excuses that you are giving? He may be working for many years. That doesn't mean there should be a loyalty of that nature to that man. He has no right to have told that person to make him wear the shoes. Any medical problems, he's supposed to have worn his slippers or probably bare feet. Doesn't matter. This is not just VIP racism. It is discrimination and atrocity. And that is something nobody can make excuses about.
Okay, Mr. Grover, I want to bring you in as well quickly because, as a journalist, we've covered multiple instances like this, but a justification that has come in, he's put out a tweet just a while ago. We'll, of course, be putting out the tweet as well for our viewers about what he feels or how he's justifying this act. Do you feel that he can get away with the justification that is coming to the fore?
Deepak, you and me have seen in Karnataka, especially in Bangalore, we've seen several senior politicians misusing their bodyguards for all these kind of menial work. And this is something which is very unfortunate. And to explain and defend HC Mahadevappa for this, because as you rightly pointed out, the body language of the man himself or the people around him, they seem to be busy chatting and laughing. Even when there is a man who is bent down to there is no concern. And if you see those smiles which are being exchanged over there, when the security officer is putting on the shoes clearly shows that this is something which is very common. It's not something that's happened first time or it may happen the last time, because we've seen before this, it happened with Yediyurappa also. We've seen this. We've seen it with Roshan Beg. We've seen it with several senior politicians who misuse these bodyguards as their personal staff, and that is not something which even the security protocol allows. And I'm sure the Karnataka police, which has deputed this PSO, will certainly take action against him, because they are supposed to maintain a certain level of dignity as far as the role of a police officer is concerned in protecting. He is not to do all these kind of things or giving water or those kind of menial jobs which we have seen so many times practically every politician do. There is a role, a responsibility defined for a PSO, and that is something that they should not get too friendly. Even in the security manual, which I was going through some time back, very clearly says that a PSO has to be replaced after a certain period of time. It cannot be. I was surprised when a panelist told that for 17 years this man has been with him. Why? That is something which itself is a security breach, and not something which should be actually allowed, because the rule book very clearly says that after a certain tenure, the PSO has to be replaced by somebody else to ensure that the security element is not compromised. This is something which should be taken note of, and I don't think so that it can be something which can be just left at this particular juncture for no reason that it was a back pain or whatever kind of thing, because nothing seems to be visible in the video that there is any kind of pain or agony or helping that is happening over here. It is something similar. I remember Shivraj Singh Chauhan being carried through floodwaters by his security guards. This is the same amount of gravity of misuse of bodyguards, I would say.
Groverji, like you mentioned, if from the video now he can of course say that he was unwell, but while you're seeking help from your staff, is that the attitude with which you seek help? He's not even looking at the man who's helping him tie his shoes or get his shoes on.
Deepak, if
And he's talking to somebody as if nothing matters at all. Okay, Mr. Abdul Razak Khan, there were a few points raised by the panelists. There were a few, you mentioned a couple of issues. Let's take that into consideration. He's aged. He's unable to, put on the shoes by himself because of the hip injury that he had. Well, agreed. Now, some of the panelists had other suggestions. Why not wear footwear that can easily be slipped on, which you don't have to seek help? Does it seem okay for your personal guard to sit down in front of hundreds of people, make you wear your footwear? Is that something that he wants to do day in and day out?
Exactly.
Social welfare minister, does he have somebody do this for him every day when he gets out of home to get to work?
We have seen many leaders, BJP leaders, their karyakartas holding umbrellas for them. Whenever they visit temples, it is their personal guards who take care of their footwear. These videos do not become viral just because this video is out on the social media today. This has become an issue. Now let me tell you, please ask them about Arvind Limbavali.
So the question is, only this video has gone viral. How many more instances were there, and how many more staff members would have been doing this on a daily basis?
Arvind Limbavali's daughter threatening a police officer.
Mr. Abdul Razak Khan, the logic that you're saying that the BJP leaders' videos have not gone viral and this has, it holds good for even Mr. Mahadevappa. Maybe there are many other instances like this.
Was asking her to pay the fine.
And he is defending
We have seen enough instances. Yediyurappa's nephew Rakesh threatens the DCP that he will be transferred if he does not allow him in Chamundeshwari Hills. We have seen enough endless lists like this. Why is Congress being pointed out here? Why is Mr. HC Mahadevappa being pointed out? It is very clear he is an old man having had a hip surgery recently. So his personal guard, who has been with him for many years, they've been very closely associated with him. He has only helped him wear the shoe. So where do you find these red horns? Where do you find this VIP racism? Where do you find arrogance in this? Don't you find arrogance in Arvind Limbavali's daughter threatening a cop? Yediyurappa's nephew threatening a cop? Don't you find arrogance there? This is
Mr.
not
Abdul
Congress
Razak Khan,
culture.
the day that
This is
these
not Congress culture at all.
these ministers were caught on tape, or there was any sort of information from any political party,
Justify.
we here at Mera Now have picked up that issue. We have picked up that issue, and it is not about any political party
There
here.
is-
It is about the mindset. And it is about the
Definitely,
mindset
yes.
that
Culture of
comes
an
with
individual
being a
person.
Neta.
There is a
Elected
troll army,
by the
WhatsApp
people
university.
to serve
These
the people,
have no
but
other
here
work only to
the
troll the
people are
Congress
becoming
people.
the servants.
Abdul Razak Khan, a man who is responsible for social welfare,
Sir,
cannot
If he's not of good
ill-treat
health,
his
then why
staff
does he want to
publicly.
continue
That
to
is
hold
something which
office?
needs to be remembered. What is the kind of example he is setting?
Sir, nobody forced his personal
Minister
guard
for
to
Social
go and
Welfare.
make him wear the shoe.
Yeah.
Neither did the minister call the guard to make him wear the shoe. Out of a good gesture, the guard himself goes there and makes him wear the shoes. He only helps him wear the shoes. And this is not VIP culture. We have never seen HC Mahadevappa conduct like this anywhere in the past 30 years. So this is something which is very, very unusual. For the first time, please give benefit of doubt when he has himself openly tweeted and said, I have had a hip surgery and a knee replacement surgery. After all this, we have to give him benefit of. Now we cannot question why did he not wear slippers, why could not he come barefoot.
Barinda
Come on,
Adige,
these are
give
all
him the
silly
benefit of
questions.
doubt. He has
used
clarified.
to
What
like
did he
this.
not
There
wear?
is
Abdul Razak?
something out
That's
of the
what
box.
Mr.
Why
Abdul
did he
Razak
not wear
Khan says.
Hawaii?
Abdul
Can you
Razak,
give
that
him
is
the benefit
sensible
of doubt
question what we
here?
are asking.
Don't make excuses. You must hang your head in shame for making excuses for
Madam,
that minister's
Exactly.
shameful behavior. Why are you justifying it?
Madam, I
And
have
instead of that, he is
given all...
All of us
And
are
we want to
being
ask, I
biased.
want to ask you, what stops that man from wearing slippers? If that is his problem, how dare my taxes which are paying both of them, he treats one of them like a slave? He is not paying that man. We the citizens are paying that police officer there. Okay? So he could be the person that I want to stand up and ask questions, because he will never ask those questions. He will never stand up to that politician.
Now the question
to the
here is,
Congress
can
leader,
somebody who's
who's
a
a
gunman, who's
70-year-old
working so
man,
We are
closely
all
with
open for that
these
one
ministers, even
particular
raise a
person who
voice?
was-
Do they even if he does not like what he is doing, does he even have an option is the question.
No. And nothing. We've seen that, how they have been treated.
Deepak,
And Deepak,
if
you
he
also
has
seen
come
this
out in
along,
the public and if he has said that I felt bad that the minister asked me to wear shoes, then it would have been a problem. Nobody has questioned. He is happy with him.
Well,
He's been there with
precisely
him.
the
He's
question
closely
here, Mr. Abdul
associated
Razak
with him.
Khan.
Nobody
Do
has
these
any
people-
problems.
This is
Do
not
these
except
people
the
who the
accused of
minister is
BJP,
saying that they don't
the
even have to
headless
look
party,
at, don't
come
even
on.
have
does
to
not have a
request.
party head.
He just stands outside.
If this man has
the
been
shoe
with him for
automatically
17
comes to
years,
his
no
knee.
opposition
he can't even
leader.
get a transfer
You
if
They
he
don't have
wants.
any better work.
Do you think
Only
that they
to
even
troll
have an
Congress
option
people.
of raising their
It's a
voice
very
against
shameful
an
act.
act like
The
this?
way what he has done, and it's more shameful the way Abdul Razak is defending him.
Okay, more than anything else, we'll in
Madam, a
fact
six-time
Stop defending
MLA
him.
will
all the
definitely
details of
have
what
his own
exactly he's
people
put
very
out.
closely
Just a
associated.
moment. I'm also let's. Okay, I'll bring in Sudha. She's trying to make a point from quite some time. Sudha, quickly make a point. I'm going to have all the details of Mr. HC Mahadevappa's tweet now put out, so that the viewers have a perspective of what exactly is happening as well. Go ahead, Sudha.
Deepak, what Mr. Mahadevappa has done is a very shameful act. More shameful is the way Abdul Razak is putting for the points. Whatever points he's saying, it is absolutely not justifiable. And he's saying that, the person who was putting the shoes is happy and he's not complaining. Why will he complain? If he had to complain, he would have complained it there only. He is a government employee. You cannot treat him like your own slave. This is a very shameful act what they are doing today. And telling that the media is not covering something what BJP has done and the media is being biased is something more annoying what he is telling today. Absolutely not acceptable.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
footwear to someone when you
let's in
enter a
fact
religious
put this
place.
out.
While coming back, you take it back. Now don't tell me while going to the religious place, why could we not go barefoot? How dare?
Why
These are all
couldn't
silly
he wear a
questions.
slipper? Why couldn't he
No,
wear
no,
a
no.
slipper if he had a slip disc or he is operated for anything? If he
Madam,
had a back
why
pain,
wouldn't you
Okay,
go
I-
barefoot
we
to a
will come
temple?
to this. We'll come back to
Why
this
wouldn't
question.
you go barefoot
We'll
to
come
a
back to this
temple?
moot question about
He-
the choice of footwear if he was actually not feeling good or he had an injury. So let's put out exactly what he has said. He's called this an unfortunate development. He's even gone on to say that he believes in respect and dignity of all individuals. He says that this is not arrogance. This is a tweet that has been put out by HC Mahadevappa, Minister for Social Welfare. My colleague Neha, I believe, has more details. Neha, take us through the tweet.
Well, Deepak, absolutely shocking here. First, you have the minister who's gone on to, even such a G party to this act of where his gunman has had to tie his shoelace. And now you have a clarification coming in from him where he says that he had no desire for his shoelaces to be tied and it's owing to a hip, joint and knee problem that in fact he sought the help of his gunman. Well, really, of course, because the question here arising of how when there's so many people present there, in the presence of all of those people, he's not even attempted to actually stop his gunman from doing it. It has really, in fact, gone ahead and allowed him to continue tying the shoelaces. Now, he even further goes on to add, in his clarification, that his staff is like his family and it's not right to, make a big deal out of this controversy. But the bigger question is really, Deepak, about whether this is going to be the last time that we see a politician indulging in an act like this. We've seen it in the past as well. And unfortunate as it is, this VVIP culture that we've been seeing has only continued, even in Karnataka.
Right, Neha, thank you for sharing those details with us. Well, from the tweet, one thing is pretty clear, Abdul Razak Khan, that this is going to happen again because there is an injury and these are family members. There is no arrogance. There's no question of VIP mindset here. So this is going to happen again. Is that what we can read from this?
For them, it is nothing wrong has happened.
Deepak, haven't we visited political rallies? Haven't we visited programs and events where we have seen ministers and leaders sitting on a stage with a protected shamiana or a pandal or a tent above them, and the common people are made to sit out there in the scorching sun and rain.
Mr. Abdul Razak Khan, you've been defending the minister in multiple ways. One question, I have another debate that we'll have to go to.
All these things
you're
happen
going to be
with
part
all
of that
parties.
as well. So let's not beat around the bush too
Does
much.
that mean
One
that
thing I'd like to ask you:
Mahadevappa
do you
must be
think that he had an
excused?
option if he had an injury, if we go by his tweet that there was a hip injury, that a surgery as well was conducted, and he finds it really difficult to bend to put on his own shoes, do you think that for him to ideally wear slippers or a slip-on is something that he could have done? Do you agree on that? He could have done at least that much?
I will do one thing. I will soon after this debate, I will definitely message him to purchase a pair of slippers and wear slippers from tomorrow. And do not please repeat this incident because BJP is finding it very bad. I will definitely message him, Deepak.
Well, it's
I'm
not the
trying to
BJP
explain
or
to
it's
you
not
this is
the,
not arrogance.
The
us as
citizens
channel
who
voted
voted
him
in
because
power,
they look
and
at
all
it.
of us
This
who
is
pay
not
our
headway.
taxes.
These are the same
This
people
question
who
was
voted
also
for Mr.
very
HC
angry.
Mahadevappa,
It is a
who
matter of
hope
human
that he does
dignity
not
which has
treat
been
the common
compromised.
man,
No,
his
we
own
are all
staff,
very
in the
angry.
manner that we are looking at.
It
That's
is
all
his
that.
arrogance,
That's all it
and
is.
now it is your
Anyway,
arrogance
I'll have
also
to
that
take
is
a.
talking.
Well, at this point in time, I'd like to conclude this debate. Of course, for the people, they are looking at these visuals, and they're, of course, the best judge because they are the ones who vote for our politicians as well. I'd like to thank all our panelists who've, of course, shared their perspective. We are slipping into a quick break. On the other side, another interesting story from Karnataka coming up. Don't go anywhere.